3010, Chapter 2. Again, a Game Again, Part 2. Now that I have all your attention, let's be civil.
He strutted through, a brat in his ways. He came to Percival's chair, a finger gesture for him to rise. Lazarus, the old slimeball, always got his way. Even the damn chair was his for the choosing.
Up. Thank you.
Oh, I forgot. It has arms.
May I have all of your ears and eyes? Good news first. Last night's taking were better than many moons before, so we can slowly move up thanks to, her.
An eyebrow up to look at her in his lazy way.
Now it seems that there's a change of plans for tonight. Instead of the religious rejects of the South End, we will be getting Germans instead.
An uproar filled the room.
The Bosch. I'll never cook a meal for the Bosch. The Viking bastards.
Wesley, that was the name. I will never fluff my feathers, this nor that, for any Hun. I agree. Rather than burn my aunt's best parish churchgoings for I jiggy jive to any Jerry's, and I am unanimous in this. And before the old jackalope could gush out a murmur, Percival interjected.
Sir, before you lose an antler, might I state that most of our troops are here due to the Krauts.
The ears flustered in bratish anger.
I might be a bit sluggish, but I know for a fact none of you died as a cause from the Germans.
Moon shifted a slight hand up.
Yes, Mr. Moon. I would hate to break it to you, sir. In my defense, I was cooking a lovely stew on the 15th of June. God's year 1870. As I cooked the arms of my last victim, a Bosch shell landed next to my stove, and boom. I was no longer the villain butcher of Alsace. Just the bucket-eyed gremlin of the East End.
A slow clap came from Sade.
So saddening. A loss of true talent, rare in those parts. Yes, saddening. Well, if we can...
Can I say my part? Can I? Can I?
Sure. The loo, it's down the hall to the left. Mr. Bill, have some etiquette.
Right. So, Percival, please, try. Carry on. Now, I ain't no one to be judgy about no one's. However, I recall being thrown flat on my back when I was in Coventry, and those damn Jerry flyers was responsible.
Good heavens, when was this?
I'd be saying 1940.
And 3 years later, when she was flat on her back, the American Air Force was responsible. Reprimand him.
Mr. Bill, one more obscene outburst, and you will be cleaning up with a toothbrush. As I was saying, I was with the Swiss Cross, and as the bombs fell, I kept yelling, I'm gonna jerk you bald, or I'm gonna skin you alive.
I see you were ready with the Americans. Now what about the Germans?
A loud snap of fingers and a stern finger point.
Out, Mr. Bill.
Bill made a sad puppy face, flashing his big black eyes at him.
Try as you might, I am immune.
Defeated, Bill exited to clean. This might be the flaming hot heels of hell, but the rules are the rules. Either you follow them, or you take the river to the eternal nothingness.
Marquis, you have an issue with the Germans.
He pondered his one eye in thought.
Well, I want to place in the eloquently of the lecture my utter dismay of the Prussians.
A rolling of the eyes and an audible sigh came from Percival.
If it be true, 'twas not for thither want of confidence against Napoleon, I would be still alive to this day, enjoying the comforts of fine wine, ladies, among other things. Well, that's just charming. Sit back down, Marquis. You'd still be here regardless.
Lazarus's yellow eyes wandered over to me.
Bugsy, why do you not want the Germans?
Glad you asked, Buster Brown.
Keep it brief.
Sheesh. Fine, fine. Well, ginks and gents, it was a cherry year of 1917 when those bastard Huns lefting around killed my brothers Arlo and Arnie with their all-decent fuckers. With this, me's life was never the same. My papa dear fell in a sad state. Me mother became a cripple. This led me down a streak of bad luck, sending me to my big sleep.
Okay, so on to you, Biddy Percival. I know you were killed by an English sergeant. Well, sir, if Sergeant Franz von Schitz was British, I will eat my hat. I find that quite barbaric of you, Percival. Oh, find what to be barbaric? Eating your hat. It's a saying from. uh, Never mind, sir. Carry on. Well, I must say I had no clue all of you were victims of the Germans, or as you call them, the Jerry, Hun, Bosch, and Kraut. And this puts me in a conundrum. Captain Gabe said we were to entertain them. Now it seems that in just your stories, that will be impossible. May I say, perhaps we can ask if the Krauts might enjoy their time at the Big Balls Theater instead. I think it'll work. Of course, sir. I am all for throwing a bone to the Catholics. Well, it might take more than that to get a rise out of the Catholics. Oh, sir, she meant. Never mind.
Lazarus rose from his armchair.
Well, I guess we've figured that out. Indeed, sir. One last thing. Caproni, you're fired.
What?
A message from the author. I just want to thank the very talented Art. He has done a great job, along with the others who are helping me along the way. From the very bottom of my heart, thank you. As well as I dedicate 3010 to my friend and godfather, Lawrence Lay Vera. Rest well, you crazy nutcase. Find a Buick in heaven.